Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Double Chen Show.
What is up?
So today we are talking about the most annoying diners.
Yes, so you guys know who they are. They're the people sitting next to you. They're the people that you go out with. Maybe they're your friends. Maybe,
or it could be you.
Yeah, maybe you're one of them.
Because I think I'm one of them.
I think we're both one of them to some other people. I think we all do something annoying. Mm-hmm. I have an additional thing I want to add, and you might be able to relate to this because when I used to work in restaurants and I ran a restaurant for many years, you would always come across certain types of guests that they just really, really make you angry, but you got to put on a happy face.
I used to be a waiter too.
Yeah, so like you might know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So
well, we looked at a bunch of suggestions from a lot of sources, and we also came up with our own. So we came up with our list of the most annoying diners, and you can see if you're one of them. So I can go first.
All right, you go first.
This one, all Asians are guilty of.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
The picture takers.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it. Okay.
Over too much picture taker.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
I annoy myself when I do it. No, you guys don't, like, obviously you guys follow Mike and I's Instagram. If you don't, you should, and Mike's Snapchat.
Yeah.
Okay, we eat out. We go out. We go out to eat a lot.
Yes.
But for me and you, we're doing it to share with you guys. Because before, well, okay.
I eat for enjoyment.
No.
I want you to partake.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're not on YouTube, you're not going to be snapping photos of your food all the time.
Well, some people might because they have an Instagram account or Twitter.
True.
They like to post on that.
Because before I started doing YouTube with you, 3 years ago, I did not take pictures of my food.
I think that was not the height.
No, that was the height. No.
Stuff.
No. The height of the picture taking stuff started with the advancement of the iPhone. Right now, you got the phone. So 3 years ago, to me, that's been around for at least five to 7 solid years. But it's gotten really annoying lately. And I'm, now me and you add to it because when we go out to eat, if you guys ever come out to eat with us, food comes down, and of course, me and Mike are like,
yeah,
exactly.
Everybody stop. Gotta. But now it's annoying because not only do I need to take a picture, I need to take a picture with Snapchat, and then I have this other. So I need to take 2 sets of pictures because I feel like my Snapchat camera that they have,
right,
the settings anyway, it's not as good as my regular settings. I need to take
why can't you just take one photo and post on both?
Because the Snapchat thing doesn't give you the gain like.
Oh no, the exposure.
Yeah. Doesn't have that option, so I need to take it with both.
But why don't you take one, edit it, and then put that onto your Snapchat as well?
Post on Snapchat unless you use a third-party software.
No way.
Right. So that's the annoying thing about Snapchat.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to take like 2 sets of pictures, and then I'm just like.
That's why it takes you longer.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah. You're like this is
and sometimes you want a video because the thing is bubbling. The thing is like this dish is bubbling. You're like, I gotta catch it, and it's all bubbliness.
But I don't like these. I don't. Okay, when I say these people, it's all of us. Okay, all of us. And if we didn't do this, then you guys wouldn't be able to see all the awesome food. And you guys do this. I don't hate the person that's doing it. I just hate it for what it is. And I always will hate it. But I can't help it because I'm part of the system.
You know what I do?
Yeah.
It's really because I'm very thick-skinned, so I do it. But it's I could tell it's terrible.
What?
Well, it's not terrible, but like, okay, so I'll go to like a nice fancy restaurant, like a nice steakhouse.
Okay.
And if you guys follow my Snapchat or Instagram, you've seen these pictures. And it's all nice and dim, and whatever. And the nice steak will come, right?
Yeah.
And there's not enough light.
Right.
So first of all, it's already kind of embarrassing to be like the only one in a nice restaurant. Take out your phone, just like start snapping photos of the food that comes. It's worse when you're like flashing it.
You're that dude.
Yeah, I like flash.
You're the flash dude. Because you don't know how to. Because you could download third-party cameras that lets you.
But it's really dark.
I know, but you could pump up the exposure.
But that's like too much gain. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's like because you'll be sitting next to Mike and all of a sudden there's like a flash of light. But there's
and
multiple.
Everyone looks over.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
But that's the thing. Like before like iPhones that took super nice photos. Like I remember back. We had those old phones that took photos, right? So people started doing it then, and I would come by the table. I would drop when I was a waiter, And then when I became a restaurant manager, you know, I noticed all these things. So you just like food gets dropped off, then of course everyone's like, stop.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, the reason I don't like it is you're not like, okay, I'll always enjoy my food, but there's a part of me that is like, I don't actually need to do this. Like, I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want to share it with you guys, but when I didn't have people following Instagram, I literally didn't do it at all.
All right. Well, what's next for your list?
All right. So for me, like, there's always a group of diners that they like to make they like to crack really corny jokes. Like, I'm talking about when you're a waiter and you ask them like, hey, how did you like the meal? Okay, and they always say the same joke. And if you do this, I'm not saying I don't like you. I'm just saying this is really corny. So what they would say is they'd be like, oh, it was terrible. Like, it's like really corny jokes.
What's wrong with that? They're trying to be friendly. What's wrong with that?
But here's the thing. Because I hear because like, I guess for me, it's because I've heard it probably like throughout the day. I would hear it like maybe 70 times. So I get really annoyed. But I understand for them, they're looking for something to say to show that they're like
nice
the food.
people. I always get people who are like, because I worked at a buffet.
Right.
They're like, you gotta roll me out of here.
Yeah. Give me a stretcher. I don't hate them. To me, like, after a while, it does get kind of like, I'm just like, I get a little jaded.
I'm
like,
cynical about that stuff.
like,
all right.
Her.
Another one that I hate is diners who bring their babies, and when they start crying, these guys pretend it's not happening.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I had this happen at a cafe I was in literally 2 days ago.
Right.
I was sitting there, and these two Chinese couple. Chinese are worst offenders of this.
Right.
Chinese couple comes in, and they brought two kids, like little toddlers.
Right.
And as soon as these kids came in, they started screaming and running around the cafe. I'm trying to write something on my laptop, and I'm like, oh my God, please to say something.
Yeah,
and of course, they don't say anything. They're just like, don't say anything. These two sit down like they're oblivious to all the noise, and these kids are just going, wreaking havoc in the cafe.
Right. I mean, I've seen people just go up to parents and be like, excuse me, can you control your children? Like, I've
seen that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've definitely seen that. I mean, I've seen, like, people almost get into fights, like, yo, you should. I mean, because, in New York, like, people will just speak out, like, so when people see something where they're like, they don't like, they'll just be like, hey, if you can't handle your kids, you shouldn't bring them into a public area.
I never seen anyone say that. I always wish somebody would say that. But, like, I'm not very confrontational in terms of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
But I do agree, like, seriously, like, if I had kids, if I want to go out to eat, like, I'm going to try to get a babysitter.
Yeah.
Me and my wife will go out. We'll eat. I mean, I understand, like, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or, you're taking your kids around during the day. I've seen that a lot. Like, some people nowadays, like, they work from home. But it's like, just please be mindful of your surroundings. Okay, so I got one. Mine's are very weird. Like, I don't like it when people who go into they go into a restaurant where the restaurant doesn't specialize in certain, like, say, organic food or say farm to table food, but because usually this happens in New York, but they're so like they want to show that they know a lot of knowledge, and so they'll ask very detailed questions and almost kind of like be high and mighty. So for example, like, they'll come in, clearly we don't brand ourselves at, like, most restaurants, if they're not organic, like, if they're organic, they'll say we're organic, or they'll say this is farm to table. There's very few restaurants that do that. But there's so many people that will go in the restaurant, and because of the healthy food movement, they will always ask, like, so many questions, like, where'd you get the beef? Where's the beef come from? Like, literally, like, what farm does it come from? They'll be like, does that have, tell me your gluten-free options. That's fine. Like, I'm all about healthy eating. But please don't assume that, like, every restaurant follows this. So don't go to ones that clearly don't have these, like, farm to table, like, have these, like, super high-end meats and veggies, and then just be like, oh yeah, they'll make little comments too. Like, they'll be like, most people have brown rice these days. And it's like, and I mean, most of the time when they go into Asian restaurants, it's like, look, Asian restaurants don't have these.
Yo, I used to work at my dad's buffet, right?
Right.
And it's really like the most basic. It's an Asian buffet.
That's what I'm
Everything's
saying.
on the buffet. So I had this couple come in,
right?
And the guy was like, so he's dressed up, really nicely.
Right.
Come on, dinner buffet is $8, so you can, it's not. So he's like, sir, please tell me about your buffet. I'm like, What do you want to know?
Like,
Take a look.
It's an $8 buffet.
Would you like to have? I mean, what do you want to know? We offer 49 Americanized Chinese dishes.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Where do you get your shrimp? Are they from? Are they caught in the wild? Like, no, they're farmed, probably from Mexico or Thailand or somewhere. Like, it's just like, yo, clearly I'm all for healthy eating, but let's be serious. If a restaurant is selling like really healthy food, they're gonna tell you. If they don't, they're not serving it. So don't try to act like all high and mighty and go and just like show off your skills, your
all
food
right.
knowledge, because we all have food knowledge.
So what I don't like is something that you are a big offender of.
What is this now?
Double dipping.
Oh,
The double dipping diners. Like, seriously, if we have a common sauce, do I really want you to scoop the sauce up with your spoon, lick it, and put your spoon back in the sauce?
Know, man.
I really want that?
I know. It's just that, like, you know, I'm so comfortable with my friends.
Where do you get off thinking that's like something that's good? It's like,
man.
please, everybody, have a bit of my saliva. Like, what are you, like, the Zerg? You're trying to infest people? Like, what is this?
I'm not. I know, man. I'm working on it. I know that most people don't like this. I just like, cause I guess I used to go out to eat with my parents a lot. When your parents, like, you don't really care. You know what I mean?
You care? I don't double dip with my parents either.
Oh, what? What do you do to your parents? It's family. Who cares?
So?
It's like, here, Dad. Like, here's the sauce. There we go.
Really?
Here's the sauce. There we go.
Yeah. Do I really want my parents' saliva? No, I don't.
I guess I just don't think of, like, I'm not like, oh, you have your saliva.
Look, the only double dipper I'll accept is like
ketchup.
Someone who's I'm dating. The person.
Oh, okay.
Who I'm dating.
Well, because you're kissing them anyway.
I'm kissing them anyway. I'm not kissing my parents.
I kiss my mom on the cheek all the time, so it's fine.
You kiss her on the lips.
I've kissed her on the lips.
You exchange saliva with your mother.
Not like exchange saliva.
So how does that? How's that the same as double dipping?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I am trying to correct it.
Can I just tell the story of the worst offensive, your worst incident of double dipping?
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
So we're in a Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
and they have these three communal
hot
sauces.
Yeah.
And they all had little spoons in them.
Right.
And so it's for the table. It's not like, they give it to you and then they take it away.
It's on the table.
It's on the table for you and then for the people after you.
We're not going to tell you the place because you're never going to go there.
So this guy takes the spoon, the communal spoon, puts the sauce on his taco, licks the spoon, puts it back in a communal salsa.
I'm trying to get rid of it because it's just a reflex by now. So like I'm trying to be mindful.
We have a friend who's like every time you do something, it's like an alarm.
He's
like,
the cop.
Double dipper.
He's the double dipping cop.
Yeah.
Like something goes off. Like I feel like he's just watching me. Like I feel like I'm going about my business. Like I lick the spoon, and then like right when I'm about to put it back, he's like, "Dude, double dipper, I saw you do that." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man."
Sharp. I don't even catch that. It's just like all of a sudden I rely on him now.
Man, I feel that.
Okay, I have another one.
Okay,
all right. So I don't like it, and this I feel like Chinese people. I mean, this is just my opinion.
Right.
Chinese people are big offenders in this arena.
Okay.
Where they ask for things that are not on the menu.
They ask for things that are on the menu, like what?
Okay, like when I went to eat with my parents.
Right.
And they would be like, okay, ask them if they have, I don't know.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like basically, like when they're going out to say a Western restaurant.
Yes.
Like anything, they'll be like, "Oh, ask them if there's rice."
Right.
So
one instance was I was dating this girl. It was my girlfriend at the time, and we went to a very fancy Italian place for Valentine's Day. And
you went with your parents?
No. I went with her. I'm not gonna go with my parents. So we went for Valentine's Day at this really nice Italian place, and we had this really beautiful beef stew thing.
Right.
It was very saucy, very nice. So then the waiter comes and she's like, "Do you guys have any steamed white rice?" And the waiter's like, "Sorry, what?" And she's like, like in Chinatown. Yeah. I'm like, is this really happening?
Oh my gosh.
And the waiter, like, they felt really bad because there is a restaurant that really tries to give you what you want. So they ended up bringing out risotto.
Right. Right.
Because they're like,
because that's the closest thing.
And then she's like, "No, steamed rice." I'm like, "Honey,
there's not this type of place." You know where that might be. You know where that might come from is because I noticed like when I go out to eat with my parents and we used to go to a lot of Chinese restaurants, they don't even look at the menu. They just order. Like, they'll sit down. They don't even look. They'll just be like, give me this, give me this, give me this. And then they'll be like, do you have this? And they'll be like, yeah. Do you have this? Yeah. So maybe it's from that. Because, you know, like, when you go out to a Western place, if it's not on the menu, most of the time they're not going to have it.
Right.
Right? Unless it's a special.
Yeah.
But that's just the dining habit. So, okay, I got one, and I am this person. So this is from the perspective of other people who hate it. I don't hate this.
What is it?
Basically the high maintenance person.
Okay.
So this is different from what I mentioned, where the person's all like on his high horse about different ingredients and making remarks like you should carry this. I am this. Basically, you know, in Harry Met Sally? Yeah. You know when Sally orders
she's like, I want this, that.
Right, but if you don't have this, I want that. That's exactly me.
That is you. Tell them how you order a fish sandwich from McDonald's.
So this is like when I go to McDonald's, which is like once a year. Yeah. Okay, and so recent time I went to McDonald's, I have certain things I want. For example, when I order the Big Mac, I say I want extra onions, extra pickles, extra Big Mac sauce, and barbecue sauce. That's simple. Okay, that's simple. But I always have a modification. It's called a modification. Then I go, I want a fish fillet, but I don't want the one that's been sitting in the fryer. I want a brand new one, and I will wait. I tell them that. I will wait for a brand new one. Do you know what I'm saying? They go, sure. I go, I also want tomatoes, and I also want extra tartar sauce. So I just know what I want, because usually and all my friends hate, they know, not just you, like everybody. They know that when I go in anywhere, and usually not a restaurant.
I've seen like at Flushing, when we go to Flushing, I've seen coffee baristas. Yeah, almost want to slap you in the face. Because what coffee is very important to me.
And
I feel bad. I want to slap you for her.
I know, because like I just know what I want. That's it. Like, okay, when I order a smoothie,
I know what I want too, but I'm not picky about it.
I know you're like 99% of the people.
I want a steak. Thank you very much.
Right. You go number one. So you know my favorite places are where they build your own. So I go to Chipotle. I go, I want, and it's never easy at Chipotle too. Like when I go to Chipotle, I don't just go give me one meat, one this. I always go this. Can I get half this, and half? I for some reason I just make it as complicated because I like what I like. So the high maintenance person. That's annoying. Yeah, but here's the thing though. Here's the difference. If you don't have it or you can't do it, I don't get mad at all. So the worst order I've ever done is I tell people like, oh, okay, this is how I do it. Like my one of my favorite drinks is a dirty chai. It's basically chai with coffee and milk, right? It's very simple. Usually you go in, you say, let me get a dirty chai. So I go in, I go, let me get a dirty chai, extra ice, but half as much chai mix. I want only half. So whatever that portion is, 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 1 scoop, 2 scoop, I just want half. And I want extra ice, and I want this much milk. And they're like, oh my goodness. And they're like writing it down. I'm like, that's what I want. And I'll pay for it. Pay like $6 for it.
Whatever. All right. What I don't like is not like kind of like you, but like, because you'll eat most stuff. I don't like people that I eat with to be super picky.
Picky eaters.
Where they won't eat this, they won't eat that, they won't eat. So especially difficult because we're Chinese, we love going out for family style dinners.
Exactly.
And it's really difficult when you got people at the table when everyone else is okay with something. They're like, I can't eat that because I can't eat spicy. I can't eat this. And I don't eat pork. I don't eat chicken. I met a Chinese person, didn't eat dumplings. I about fell over. Right. You're Chinese. Dumplings is in your blood. It's part of you. If I cut you open, if you cut me open right now, a dumpling will fall out.
Like chives.
Just saying, just like pork will fall out. Dumpling will just jump out of my arm.
That's also like one of my pet peeves is I actually really like to order a lot of dishes and share. Yeah. So I just find it weird that some people don't like to share. Yeah. I can't get mad at you because you have the right to not share, but I'm like. That's why I don't go out to eat with those people. That's why like we go out to eat a lot. We'll go out with our friends because it's known when we go out. Like even if I go to a Western restaurant, I will give you half my burger. Yeah. And I hope that you will give me half your sandwich, which usually happens. Yeah. But a lot of people are like, nope, I just want to order. Actually, my girlfriend doesn't like to share with me.
Oh really?
She will share some stuff she has. but she won't want mine, and she would want most of hers. So she's like, I want to order mine, so you order whatever you want. So she's kind of like that, except for when we go to Chinese food.
Yeah, of course.
When we go to Western, but I also like to share when we go to Western food.
You like to share everything, which is fine. You get to taste a lot of different stuff. So
Right.
I got nothing against that.
Anything
else for you?
Yeah. So I this is just general courtesy. Like I hate that couple. Like when I go out to eat, me and my girlfriend aren't like this. You know what I'm talking about? That couple, the one that are like, you could tell they just started dating, and all they're doing, they're not even looking at their food. They're just like holding each other's hands.
All right, can I
you know what I'm talking
Can
about?
I say something though?
And they're just like, meh.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
All right, you're not that extreme.
Are
Like,
you?
You are.
Whoa! Are you saying I'm like that?
You
I'm
are.
not. No, you're saying
Bro,
I'm not that couple.
You're not like You're not.
I'm not
You're
like,
not like
what I.
crazy,
That's what I'm
but,
saying. Yeah.
But
right.
you are very PDA during everything.
I am a normal PDA.
No.
There's a normal level.
No.
There's
You are a very PDA person, my
All
friend.
right, let me ask you something. PDA is allowed, right?
It's allowed.
Okay.
It's fine.
What is your level? So you're basically saying, all right, are you saying I'm over the level of acceptable PDA
Yeah.
or right at the level?
You're over by a bunch of.
No way.
You're not extreme.
No way.
But you're over by a lot.
I don't agree because I think.
Of course you don't agree. You're in it. You're part of the PDA. You don't know.
Okay, what's acceptable PDA? Can you hold hands?
Okay, fine.
Can you hold hands?
No, when you're eating, you cannot hold hands when you're eating.
No, not when you're physically eating. Before the food arrives, can you hold hands?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
No, wait. You're at the table. You're holding hands.
Wait, okay, You're
No,
at the table.
That's not acceptable.
No, you're at the table.
Yeah.
And the food has not arrived.
Why are you holding hands?
Because, why not?
Let me ask
What
you.
are you why not?
Because, dude,
there's no food.
There's other people at the table.
No.
It's a friendly function with all your friends, and you're here holding hands with your girlfriend before the food comes. Yo, you have plenty of opportunity to hold hands some other time. It's a group activity.
So you think
what
that's
the heck
overboard?
are you doing? Yeah, that's not.
But I have gone out with my couple friends.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're not there because you don't have a girlfriend at the moment.
Right.
But we're all holding hands with our girlfriends.
Okay, fine. That's like
So
a double
do-
date or something.
right, so are you saying
talking
it's-
about at normal friend functions when a bunch of people are together?
But do you feel like that's a double standard?
No, I don't feel like that's a double standard because it's not a date night; it's a friends night.
Yeah, it's not right. It's a friend's night.
Right. So
Okay, I see what
when,
you're saying.
when you guys are PDAing in
Yeah,
front of
but
all,
okay. First of all, I'm not making out with my girlfriend in front of you guys.
No, of
I never
course
do
not.
that.
Right? No, you don't.
Okay, so
But what you do?
I don't like.
But what
Okay.
you do
You think it's too much?
is like you do stuff.
Okay, no, like like, hey, honey, how are you enjoying your food? Like regular stuff.
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into details because I don't want to put this out there.
Right.
But you do stuff.
All right, I do think that what I'm talking about, that's the extreme kind. When people are like,
you're
"Yeah."
you're not there. You're not.
Right.
You're not sucking
And-
face during
and
during a.
No,
cheeseburger.
you don't even have to be sucking face. Like there's ones where they're just like close talking, just like it's just kind of gross. Like I don't do that, right?
No,
I don't
you
do that.
You don't do that.
All right.
I'm just saying.
But
do go over a little bit.
all right, I'll try to tone it down. I'll try to tone it down. I'll try to tone it down. But I think I'm already pretty good.
Dude, you know what's the worst part is?
What is that?
Riding in the car with you guys. That's like the worst.
Riding in
I just
the
wanna
car?
just wanna jump out the window.
It's so random. Riding in the car.
With you guys riding in the car is just
What's
like,
wrong with riding in the car with us?
Oh my god.
What do you mean? We're just in the car. We're
No,
driving.
No, you're not just driving.
I got one more. There are diners who actually, I've seen this a lot. They actually will berate the waiter and the management for like I can't agree with that because they made an honest mistake. Like let's say the food comes out, it's not what you ordered. But I've seen people snap, and it's kind of like road rage. They have like food rage, and
they're hangry,
or they just feel entitled. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're saying.
Like food might be cold, and they're like, and they just say really mean stuff.
That's not good.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
So I don't like those either,
right.
and they affect your meal because they're sitting right next to you, and you have to hear
then
it.
the waiter spits on all your food. So
Yeah, on all your foods.
Yeah.
So.
all right, guys, let us know if you agree with these. Add some of your own Team Mike, Team Dan on
Let us
some
know.
of the arguments we had. Thanks so much for watching. See you
Peace.
later.
Later.